Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It is Friday afternoon here in the Eastern time zone of the USA. It is 20 Zulu on June 14th, 2024, and this is the weekend special. This is a show where just about anything could happen. We always like to have interesting guests on with us, and today we have Hal, W8HC. Hello, Hal.
Hello. How you doing today, Tim? I'm about as interesting as they come, I guess.
There you go.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
It's good to see you, Hal. And Hal, I wanted to talk today and bring our viewers up to date on some of the work that you're doing with your newest DXpedition that you've announced in Rotuma. So why don't you go through that?
Okay, sure. Well, thank you, Tim. So this is just the kind of the genesis of this project, something that Greg, W8HC, and I have been working on for some time. We wanted to do a Pacific DXpedition, and things just never panned out for us. As you might recall, I did the CB0ZA DXpedition down at Juan Fernandez with Otis and Mike and some of the guys back in February. And it was just a super DXpedition, but simultaneously there was a group of 4 young men down at 8R7X, Guyana, and they were on the air, and we kind of kept track of what they were doing at the same time we were at Juan Fernandez, and they just did a super bang up job. And so anyway, when I got back from Juan Fernandez, Greg and I started drilling down and trying to get a little bit more serious about, a Pacific DXpedition. We zeroed in on Rotuma, and then of course from that point you start looking at putting your team together. And we made the decision probably about a month, 3 weeks to a month before Hamvention that we would try to get some young operators. You hear this, we need to get more youth involved in the hobby, and of course in this aspect of the hobby with DXpeditioning, you don't find a whole lot of that. And the guys at 8R7X, Jamie and Philip and the other 2 young men, they did such a great job that Greg and I decided we would reach out to them. And of the 4, the only one that was able to participate was Jamie, Mike Zero, Sugar Delta Victor. And unfortunately, the other 3 just weren't able to work it out with our schedule. Probably one of the biggest obstacles for a young person is having the time and getting the time off from work, or if they're in school. And that was the situation there. So we were very fortunate to get Jamie involved with the project. When we went to Hamvention, we asked around. We were trying to see if we could find at least one more young person to participate with us. And that's when Greg, I guess you're aware, he has these radio in a box radios that he has designed and built around the K3s. And so we had one of those at CB0, and it was very, very successful down there. It operated at CB0ZEW. And I think the remote operators, there were about 30 of them that operated that, just absolutely loved it. Well, anyway, Greg decided he's going to build a second one and take it to Rotuma with us. And he had the idea of reaching out to the Youth on the Air folks there at Hamvention. And he approached Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG, and mentioned to Neil about the possibility of having some of the Youth on the Air folks participate with the remote side of this. And then, of course, by the way, we're still looking for some young operators, a couple young operators if possible. So everything happened really, really quickly after we got back from Hamvention. We worked up an agreement with the Youth on the Air. We are partnering with them. They have a young man that stepped up who's going to coordinate and the scheduling and the operation with the Youth on the Air members, and that's Case. His call is W0 Alpha Alpha Echo, and he's 19 years old. He was he's a whiz bang, very enthusiastic. He really would have liked to have gone with us on this, but he's still in college out at Iowa State, I believe. Anyway, so we were very fortunate last week to get another youth participant, and that's Connor. His call's KD9 Lima Sugar Victor. He's 23 years old, like Jamie, and so we've got two 23-year-olds that are going to be participating on the DXpedition. It's in November, and we would really like to try to find another youth operator if somebody that's interested and is able to participate, 21, age 21 and up to 35. But you know, it's like I say, it's hard to find young people that are able to do this kind of thing. On the really good news front, you may have seen earlier today, it was announced that Northern California DX Foundation, they have really stepped up in their support of our 3D2Z DXpedition and gave us a really nice grant. And of course, you know, mentioning in their press release, they're wanting to support youth and amateur radio, of course, and especially in DXpeditioning if possible. And then their involvement with the Radio in a Box, the RIB project that George, AA7JB, obviously has been working on the past five or so years. And of course, you know, Greg and I have had the opportunity and the privilege to be part of that. And so, you know, the remote experience is really taken off. And, you know, we're looking to have approximately 30 youth on the air operators manning one or two of the Radio in a Boxes that Greg's taken, or we're actually having them sent out there. And so that really should allow a lot of these young folks to see DXpeditioning up close and personal. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tim.
No, I just wanted to congratulate you and Greg on having a vision of how you wanted this to play out. Let's talk about when the DXpedition is, Hal. Okay,
yeah. So it's I think we fly out to Fiji. I believe it's the 12th, and get there like the 13th or 14th. You know, with the time change. But anyway, our plan is to be on the air the 15th through December the 5th, I believe. It's on the website, Rotuma 2024, Rotuma2024.com, and so you know we'll be there. It's a couple weeks plus we'll actually be operating, and you know that's because of the transportation situation. You know, it's not an easy place to get to. And then also we've got some issues with baggage that's going to require us to send all of our stuff out there by cargo, and that's, you know, quite expensive, as you might know. I mean, we'll air freight stuff out to Fiji and then have to have boat shipment over to Rotuma itself. So, you know, there's quite a few moving parts involved in this.
Yeah, well, and we're certainly very happy to be on your list of sponsors and contributing to your DXpedition. You know how we go way back with you, and it's just it's really enjoyable to see all the things you're doing, but especially this one with the kids. I mean, you've selected two really good guys to go with you, and you know, it's funny how you were talking about 8R1X, which I just got the card here yesterday in the mail.
Nice.
The kids, you know, it's just a tremendous operation that these four young kids went down to Guyana, and you know they had you and Greg and others as mentors, and they did just such a super job, Al.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And we had our first team meeting last week, and it's really the first real opportunity I've had to talk with Jamie. And he was telling us that, you know, I think they ended up with 75 or 80,000 cubes, and they'd only expected to make maybe 25 or 30, and so they exceeded their expectations. So set the bar low and aim high, right?
Well, yeah, but they worked really, really hard. I mean, they really worked at it hard.
They did.
And Philip and Sven, DK6SP and Sven were here right after Dayton, and they got on the air and had some fun. And what really, really genuinely good guys. And of course, Philip serves on the WWROF board of directors too, and has been just a huge part of WWROF's presence with Yoda. And I think that you did a great thing developing that partnership with Yoda, and what Neil is doing up in Halifax here in a few weeks, and what's going on in the Czech Republic as well. I do want to recognize some folks that are here in the chat room, and Uncle Gunter is there, DK5ONV, and look forward to talking to you on 40 meters, Gunter, as the season progresses. Marion is on KO4 November Sugar Yankee, and Dino, I have a potential accomplished contester, QST cover plaque awardee, and very strong candidate, young YL college student. If you want to contact me, so that's out there. Dino, KL0S down in Virginia. Daniel, he's wishing you good luck. Hal, WA4 Mike, Oscar Mike. Our good friend Wayne. Hi, Hal. Great seeing you at Dayton. I'm looking forward to working Rotuma for a new one on FT8. And X-Ray 2 Zulu is on from Mexico as well. We got the All Asian CW contest on this weekend. So with conditions being better, we might find some more activity there, and of course getting ramped up for field day. But it was really great to open the email this morning and see that NCDXF had stepped up to partner with you, as they have with so many of the DXpeditions. And what a tremendous vote of confidence that has to be, Hal.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. It was exceeded. Let's put it that way. Exceeded my expectations. And Greg had submitted the grant request, and what was amazing about it was the speed with which they acted on it. So I mean, they're behind it 100%, and we're just grateful to have their support, and hopefully we'll get a few other organizations to get behind this. And
it looks like a great place to go when in November and December it's a little chilly in West Virginia. So this will be good. But as you say, it's got a lot of work to it. You're going to have remotes. You're going to have all sorts of challenges along the way, and we're really hopeful that you'll get additional sponsors and clubs that I'm sure are going to step up. And Rotuma2024.com is where you want to go to find out more information. And Hal, can people email you directly too if they have questions? Your QRZ email address, is that okay?
Yeah, that will be fine. And also there's on the 3D2Z QRZ page, there's a Google email address, a Gmail address that I created, and if they want to use that. But my regular QRZ email address is fine, Tim. Yeah, absolutely. If they have any questions at all, and I would challenge other DXpeditions to try to get youth involved, direct youth involvement. Again, we talk about it. We really want to encourage youth to do this, but you've got to reach out to them and make a little bit of an effort. And I'm just glad that we've got two really outstanding young men. Connor's he attained his Eagle Scout. He's done some contesting. He's quite accomplished in some of his academic achievements. So we're happy to have him. Jamie's just an exceptional young man. He's a I just found out the other day he's actually a law enforcement officer in England. So, you know, if any of us get out of hand over there at Rotuma, he come down hard on us probably.
There you go, Hal. Well, Hal, I see Greg is in the chat room as well, and great team lead with you. And Greg, thanks for all you do. And Hal, Hal, we're going to have you on at least one more time, if not two, maybe get you on here with Greg and talk more about this great DXpedition where youngsters and the old timers that have been there, done that. And this is going to be really special. So thanks again for coming on today. And also our good friend Steve, November 2 Alpha Juliet in there as well. Steve, a friend to all of the DXpeditions. So Hal, thanks again. Have a great weekend. And we'll be in touch. We'll have you on again.
All right. Look forward to it, Tim. 73, buddy. Have a great weekend.
All right. You too, Hal. 73 from DX Engineering. See you next week.